Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back to check out my new video where it's a little different. I am currently drinking coffee that I made at home. This is hot coffee. This is called Wide Awake Breakfast Blend coffee. It just comes ground up in a bag that I buy at the grocery store. I personally think it's really good. It keeps me going for a while. I feel like the name goes along with it, Wide Awake. Like, I definitely feel wide awake after I drink it. But today's video is going to be a little different because we're not going to get a coffee together. Today I wanted to talk to you more about my cat Lacey and let you guys know more about her, because other than coffee being a big part of my life, Lacey is a huge part of my life. She is like basically my kid. So to start off, my mug that I like to use, it has little cats all over it, if you can see it. It says, "All I want to do is drink coffee and pet my cat." It's the truth. So I don't remember where I got this. My sister, I think, bought it for me. It's awesome. I love it. I use it every day. It's huge, so it holds my coffee. First thing I kind of want to start off with talking about Lacey is kind of like the adoption process, where I got her, how we met, this and that. So I made a list on my phone here of things I want to talk about. Whoop. The first thing I want to talk about is her adoption. A few years back, I moved into this apartment. I was taking care of my Nana. And, you know, it's a smaller apartment. It was kind of lonely. I was in here by myself. So I decided, at one point, I was like, I really would like to get, like, a pet. And I thought about getting a dog, and I was like, sometimes dogs are a lot of work, and with my schedule, it didn't really fit in well. So I was like, well, a cat would be a nice company. I mean, you know, they have their litter box, they're inside, they're kind of doing their own thing, they're okay. So I was online one day, and one of my friends posted a picture of a cat. And they were like, oh, you know, we need to find a home for my cat, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, like, I wonder if this must be serious. So I messaged him, and I was like, hey, I saw, like, you know, you said your cat needs a new home, what's going on? And he just told me the situation, like they needed to find a home for Lacey. So he was like, yeah, come on over, you can meet her, yada yada. Blah, blah, blah. I ended up going over, I met Lacey, and in the midst of like playing with her, and she's just super friendly, I realized that I had met her when she was a kitten. So I had been over there prior to her being, you know, an adult cat, and I had played with her when she was a kitten. So that connection was a little like, you know, it meant a little more. It was a little more heartfelt. A week later, I had enough time. I was able to actually go, brought the little, you know, what word am I? Cat carrier. I brought the little like cat carrier over, and, you know, I was like, you're coming with me and whatever. I took her home. She's been amazing ever since. I mean, I got her in the car. She cried a little on the way home, which cats usually do in the car because they're like, whoa, where am I? Totally not normal. They're not like dogs. They don't enjoy it. And I got her home, released her into the apartment, and she just started to like run around, and she was exploring, and I was trying to call her over to me at one point. I was like, come on, come over. No, she didn't want anything to do with me. She was running around looking at stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is her color. So obviously Lacey is a female, and she is an orange tabby cat with white on her chest and white on her paws. So I went online and I Googled why she was a female, because every time we had an orange cat, they were always males. So when I got Lacey, I was like, wow, this is so interesting. She's a female, but I knew with the white on there, it must have meant something. Like, I'm no veterinarian, I'm no scientist, but I went online and I Googled it, and there was a bunch of stuff about, like, you know, her father must have been an orange tabby cat, and the mother could have been either an orange cat, which in this case, I'm kind of like, I don't know about that because she does have the white in her, or the cat could have been calico. I'm guessing that her mother was maybe calico and Lacey's father was an orange cat. And that's how Lacey came to be. When I adopted Lacey from my friend, she was able to be indoors and outdoors. And when I adopted her, I decided I wanted her to be an indoor cat. Now, I wasn't trying to be mean, I was, nothing like that, but she was in a brand new environment, a brand new town, and I just thought it would be better to keep her in the apartment with me, just because in my area too, we do have a lot of coyotes, a lot of, predators for her, so I decided keeping her inside with me would be much better. She did adapt to living indoors fairly quickly. She sometimes still wants to go outside, but where my apartment is placed, it's kind of nice because there is another part of the house where I can open the door and she can actually just go up and hang out around inside the house. So she does get to run around a lot more than just in my apartment. She's not stuck in here all the time. Another thing that brings me to is my Nana has a cat upstairs. His name is Buddy. He's black and white. So Lacey never really lived with other cats other than her sister when they were kittens, and obviously she probably doesn't really remember that relationship. So introducing her to Buddy was kind of interesting. It's not that she's with him all the time either, but when she goes upstairs she does see him sometimes. Ugh. Oh, it got cold. So the next thing is Lacey has feline asthma. I feel like a lot of people, when I mention this, they're like, whoa, feline asthma. Like, a lot of people haven't ever heard of it. So feline asthma, I guess, again, I'm not a veterinarian, I'm not like, blah, 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 I don't know all this information, but from bringing her to the vet, feline asthma is pretty common in a lot of cats. I thought maybe it was because she lived indoors, so what I did for her indoors is I changed her litter box. Instead of the clay litter that sometimes when cats kick it, they kick up a dust and they can breathe it in. Instead of having that litter, I got her the pine shavings, and that doesn't kick up the dust. It kind of helps out with her breathing. I also ended up getting an air filtration device for my apartment. Even though it's small, the air filter does clear the air more for her and it helps her breathe a little better. I've definitely noticed an improvement. Also, sometimes when I'll open the windows in here, just in case it is something in the environment in the house, like dust or something like that that is bothering her, I do like to open the windows, but I have noticed that in the spring and summer, her allergies are, built up a little more. She does seem to have more asthma attacks. In this video, too, I'm going to put in a video of her having a slight asthma attack just so you can see what it looks like. When I took her to the vet for her asthma attacks, though, they did give me some steroid pills to put her on. They do a larger dose and then you have to cut the dose in half as you go and see if her asthma improves. Another way that I deal with Lacey's asthma is I buy her grain-free wet food only. I read a ton of articles online. I'm one of those people who I research everything, and I read online that buying an asthmatic cat dry food isn't always the best. They more so should have the wet food. The wet food is grain-free because, again, I read online that it does help them out a little bit, so I wanted to make sure that she was getting the most help possible for her asthma. I don't want to see her having any more asthma attacks. It makes me crazy. I'm terrified of it, and I want to make sure that she is the healthiest she can be. If you know anything about feline asthma, ways to treat it, things that I can do to help Lacey, then please comment below and let me know, because that would be wonderful. Anything to help my cat. I've done everything that I've read online, things that the vet has suggested, so she's been fairly well off now, but in case things pick up again, I just want to be prepared all the time. She's at the door right now. I think she wants to go upstairs and walk around, but we can't right now, Lacey, because Mom's getting ready to go to work. Do you want to say hi? Come here, Lacey. This is all about you, so you should be saying hi. Oh, look at her little face. I got my clothes all hairy, but it's okay. It's so worth it. Something else I guess I should share is that Lacey tends to shed a lot. I go through lint rollers all the time, but I'm okay with that because she is worth every minute. The last thing I wanted to finally share with you guys is Lacey is the absolute best. I know before I said that, she's like my child and I love her and I adore her, and she's the whole reason that the world spins and the sun shines, but she is honestly one of the friendliest cats I've ever met. I'm so lucky that I adopted her when I did, that I own her now, and that she is just the friendliest, cuddliest little cat ever. I absolutely adore her. I wouldn't trade her for the world, and I'm just so thankful. So enjoy a few last videos here of Lacey and I might put some pictures in here too. Thank you for coming back and checking out my channel again. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't know if the button's down here, if the button's down there, for more videos of coffee breaks with Bree, videos with Lacey, maybe more about my Subaru, anything like that. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. I can't tell if you missed me or not. Is that a yes?